Welcome to another Ask GMBN, and this week I am sure we are going to help everyone out there because I've got Henry with us. Henry, yeah, but you're known on the tech channel for nailing stuff. Absolutely knowing your shiz, right?
Always under-promise, over-deliver, not the other way around.
I'm doing it the wrong way around.
You're doing it the wrong way around.
Well, I've got some great questions. I think we can both cover the answers. Let's get going and see what we've got. Right, first question from Jonah Croker.
Yeah.
My brother is riding a Trex Excalibur 8 and wants to upgrade to a full sus MTB. What is your advice to finding a good used bike? What is your advice specifically finding used bikes online? Oh, now there are a few things to look out for, aren't there?
Yes.
I've noticed some down. You've got to be wary and always see the bike before you buy it, obviously. This is a good point, and I'm sure you're going to be able to add to it. If it's too good to be true,
it probably is.
It probably is. Now, that's a fair point, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I would look at stuff. I think there's some things that are good indications of the type of life the bike has had.
Right.
Like the frame could be really, really good looking. But if the wheels are pretty much, really dinged and bent, it's probably been ridden pretty hard. Things like grips, bent saddle rails.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
If I saw a bent saddle rail, I'm out.
Yeah.
That would be like, nah, not doing that.
And
also, when the seats are kind of crouched down over the seat posts like that, and the seat's gone, can't take her anymore.
Can't take it anymore,
I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know. What would you? I'd say if you. I
think there's some good indicators there, and it probably. Yeah, I think you're right. Probably isn't. It's normally the frame. It's in the other places you're going to see it.
Yeah.
You can also sometimes tell if there's a bike's been quickly dusted back up together with a new set of tyres and a couple of new grips. That can hide an awful lot.
My friend once sold a bike, and I'm not going to mention his name, but it is absolutely hilarious. He sold a bike, and it was basically he sold it at a good price for the guy, but it had seen some miles, this thing.
Yeah.
And he thought, well, I'll spruce it up with a new chain and cassette. But the only cassette he could find was a roadie range. It was like 9 to 21.
Oh, God.
But he didn't tell the guy. He just said, put a new cassette in for you. So this guy, like on a one by.
Oh, man.
It's stuff like that. Sometimes, like you said, it's worth doing your homework.
You got to be careful, but on the flip side, there are some amazing bargains to be had online. And almost, I would say, most people out there are trying to sell, honest to God, sell a bike, move on to their new flagship machine and... Yeah, keep it moving. So don't be too scared.
And if the seller seems pretty cool, just say, is it all right if we nip into the local bike shop?
Yeah.
Pay him for like a lemon check,
Yeah, a lemon check.
A lemon check.
What's a lemon check?
There might be a Kiwi saying, like you're buying a lemon. Oh, I bought a car and it's an absolute lemon. Like you can just get a lemon check on a car. You can get one on a bike.
There you go, Jonah. That's what you need. Get yourself a lemon check. Love it. Jared Yu says, is a front derailleur necessary? No. Short question. Well, you say no. You're saying no.
I'm saying no.
I think I can disagree with you.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Right. If you've got a one by setup, of course, no. But if you've got two chain rings at the front, surely yes.
Well, yes and no. So this was actually something that crept up when the Enduros first started kicking off because people wanted a really big, secure thing. So they'd want a narrow wide, like a 36 tooth. And then they would derail the chain by hand onto like a 24 tooth for the long liaisons.
Right.
But if you don't have a narrow wide sort of interface, then that chain is going to come straight off every time. Because on a triple or a double with its standard chains, those chain rings are basically designed and machined in such a way they derail it naturally.
Yes, yeah.
So
you can see they've got those funny little shapes in them to make them do that. I don't know where we got to on that answer.
Sorry.
I think we answered it in every way possible.
I believe that's
yes,
what you call,
no, and maybe.
I believe that's what you call over-delivering.
Yes. You can't say we didn't try on that one.
You give all the answers.
We went everywhere on that one. It'll be good to know, though, Jared, what your setup is, and then maybe in the comments we could have a little read of it and think exactly what you could do with your particular bike.
But we get asked about this a lot, and I always say ditch the front derailleur, and people always say no because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
It's personal preference. It's like
it is. I'm keeping it. He's losing it. There you are. JBJR Production says, this is. We could be all day on this answer. What is better, titanium or carbon, Henry? I feel bad for throwing that question out because it's probably just broke your brain.
Okay, yeah. So they're just.
Look at it.
It's different. It's apples.
He's like
and oranges.
Jesus.
So like, you know, with titanium has loads of really cool damping properties.
Yes.
It's also actually I think it's the fourth most abundant naturally sourced element, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it could be.
It's really, really common. The issue is how to refine it. Right. Also, I think it's like the argon gases you have to use when you weld it are very, very toxic.
Glad I asked this guy.
So, but it gives a right characteristic, and those clean lines that people like to make the tubing really thin.
And it can be beautiful.
It can be beautiful.
Sometimes the welding on a titanium bike, you know, I'm thinking of like Lightspeed or something like that. Oh, wow.
I think in engineering terms, and get in the comments to correct me on this because I'm not an engineer, I believe titanium, its Achilles heel, so to speak, is that it's very strong.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really good at damping vibration, but it can be prone to tearing.
Whoa!
It's actually those forces that don't like. In terms of being compacted, I think, I might be wrong, I think it's quite good at...
I've got a funny feeling you're not wrong. But is it Merlin as well? They do really lovely titanium bikes.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many brands. I mean,
lovely.
Why not both? Like the new Atherton's 3D printed titanium. Yeah. With carbon in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, those bikes, I remember looking at that tech right back when it was Robot Bike, and I was just amazed that they basically 3D print the lugs for those on basically a plate about that big.
Yeah.
And basically they come walking out of this machine with a plate of funny shapes that is a bike. It's a bike on a plate.
And they just
cut it off, stick the tubes in the holes, and it's done. It's incredible, but I don't think that's delivering beautiful bikes yet.
Oh,
I don't think because they're very straight lines, because they are basically lugs to lugs designs. There's no...
To me,
don't know.
If, you know, Mr. or Miss Atherton are watching, I'm sorry for maybe stepping on some toes. It might be a few kind of old wounds from the Sam Hill days. I think it's just a carbon iron horse. It's just a swanky iron horse. DW Link looks absolutely banging, similar sort of silhouette. That's why I like him. It kind of...
Just lean back, Henry. I'm just going to get the editor to roll a piece of tumble while you do it for Wow.
No?
Putting the opinions out there. Man, I like it. I think I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. But it'd be good to know what you think. I mean, we didn't even really get to carbon itself.
Carbon's great.
Carbon's plastic, isn't it? Carbon's a plastic bike.
Carbon.
When I first did a road bike party video and I got on a really full carbon bike, rigid, I remember riding it thinking, this is a great big lump of plastic. I am on a big lump of plastic.
Yeah, I mean,
this feels like my Millennium Falcon I used to play with when I was 11. It's made of the same thing.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there is a resin which is holding, you know, that weave of the carbon together. So carbon,
which is the plastic.
Which is the plastic, yeah. So you know, with carbon, you can make all these wondrous shapes. But it's like anything. Honestly, you can get crap titanium bikes. You can get crap aluminium bikes. Yeah. You can get crap carbon bikes. You can also, in the right hands, get fantastic of any variety. I think people need to get over it. Like this whole
is this a weird thing to suggest? I think carbon mountain bikes are sick. Right? I think carbon road bikes are rubbish. They should be titanium because they could be really beautiful.
Titanium doesn't rust either.
Carbon stuff for all the downhill bikes and the full sus cross country bikes. Yes.
The thing you can get with carbon and just on touch on road bikes is you can shape. You can't change it. A tube is a tube.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We were talking about, I think, at an Ask recently, and carbon is like a putty. You can just put the material where you want it, and not where you don't. I just think. Honestly, this might be... I
hope it's controversial. Go on.
I just don't care. I like the bike. I don't care what it's made of. If it's a good bike, I'm stoked.
I'm with you.
But people like going on about some really exquisitely made, say, titanium or alloy thing. Honestly, so much of carbon, or should I call it ocean fill, chortle. And like I said, the argon gases and the stabilising gases you have to use to weld those things are absolutely terrible for the environment. Yeah, but people just want to be like, oh, la-dee-da, and I'm like... You know?
I'm with you. I've been so many times now, I've been won over by looking at a bike without thinking what it's made of and gone, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When it's good, it's good.
Yeah, when it's good, it's good.
It just is.
Sorry to be.
JBJR, that's another full answer. That's a full answer. Right. Whilst we're on that subject, let's take a look at some things you might not have known about carbon manufacturing.
A carbon fibre is a long strand of material made from carbon atoms, and it's the fraction of the size of a human hair. Thousands of these are spun together to form a yarn, and it's these yarns that are used in the pre-preg sheets along with resin. Carbon used in manufacturing comes in two forms: prefabricated tubes or the pre-pregnated sheets, and it's these sheets that are commonly used these days. What is the layup? The layup is simply the manufacturing process for making a frame. They lay pre-preg sheets into a mould, often around a bladder. When they're fully wrapped around, they seal the mould, pressurise the bladder, and then cure the whole lot in an oven.
Right, next question is from Alex Maxwell. Hey guys, love the show. I was wondering if I could lace a 28-hole rim to the rear hub that has 32 holes. Please help.
Yes, you can, but it's an absolute insert.
Oh, really? Have you done it?
We had it when my boss's kid's bike was a 12. Basically, let's put it, he was scaling down his child's bike to 12-inch wheels.
That's small.
Small. This kid was tiny.
Yeah.
But he wanted some good hubs. So it was this really complicated lacing pattern that used 3 or 4 different lengths of spoke.
Oh man, oh yeah, because I suppose once you lace the patterns...
Because you've got to miss out certain things. So it can be done. Is it worth it? No.
Great answer.
Sorry.
Great answer. I've only ever laced a wheel once. You've promised me you're going to still haven't done it.
It's going to happen.
Henry is going to help me learn to lace a wheel, but I've only tried to do it once. Me and my dad sat in our living room for about 3 hours trying to lace this wheel. It wasn't until we got to the end, where we were hoping it was all going to tighten up, that we realised we were putting mountain bike spokes in a BMX rim. It was a bad day.
Oh no.
Just sticking out.
Yeah.
Ooh,
you've done that. Everyone's done it with the wrong. It's more practice.
Yeah. That's quite wrong though, isn't it?
I mean,
that's a long way.
I'm not here to judge. I'm just...
Right, Hayden Drew says, hey guys, love the show. I've got a new question to ask about my rear SLX derailleur. There is a little on-off lever on it. Do you know the one?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I was putting it into the on position and pushed it a little bit too hard and a piece of the lever broke off.
Oh dear.
How do I fix it? Is it even repairable? Now, we have looked on the Shimano website and they've got an exploded view of the diagram of that derailleur, and it does look like it comes in a separate piece.
Yeah.
So, in theory, you could order it, right?
Shimano, I'm sure Shimano are sometimes hard to track down spare parts for.
Right.
That is something I would say. I would probably just get some more grips or something, put it in the on position, just leave it there. It's a bit harder to get your wheel in and your wheel out.
Right.
That clutch, a clutch mech, so you have a really stiff spring in there, which aids chain retention, reduces chain slap.
Yeah, brilliant.
And the clutch is there when you to disengage that mechanism to remove the wheel. That's what the clutch is.
So if you effectively actuate the clutch on, and if it's in that position, which it sounds like it is, should be fine, really.
I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Fudge it.
It's a bit annoying, but it's fine.
Dominic Stein has got the next question. Do you guys have any tips on how to bring back whips? So that I've got some tips on this. How to bring back whips so you don't destroy your wheels. It's really easy for Dominic, he says, to whip it out there.
Yep.
But he can't get it back. And he's sure he's going to break a wheel soon. So, any help? Right.
I mean, nose first to shade?
Yeah, well, I mean, I would suggest one big part of being able to whip, which is what Dominic's suggesting he can do, right, is the bringing it back. Because like you say, it's actually quite easy to get it out there.
Yeah.
But what you've got to learn to do is bring it back in. And that's where the art is, I think. I think you're in the same place as me and many other people, Dominic. We haven't quite got it yet.
Yeah.
You've got to just keep practicing it, because that's where the art is.
And I agree with you. It's like that, Cade Edwards in Loosefest. Yeah. He was leaving it out there and bringing it back.
Yeah, and it's a motion they start a lot earlier than it looks like, but comes into action later in the move.
Yeah.
So the inertia of their weight is always gonna bring them back, but you don't really see it till the last moment.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a lot of commitment, and I think, unfortunately, maybe a few buckled wheels. But
high tire pressure.
Yes.
Protect them a
good
bit.
idea.
And I don't know. I just a little bit. Just dip the
play
nose.
Just with a little bit. Get the right jump,
and you can straighten it out.
And when you've got it going well, send us some video.
Yeah, we'll see you on Fair and Bale soon.
There's nothing we like. Not that video. perfect whips. And maybe this will help. Here's some Blake action showing you how to do that trick perfectly.
Right, when you're learning the whip, there's definitely going to be some sideways landing action. I still do it like I've just done, but the way to get out of it is basically getting into the attack position, bend your elbows, bend your legs. But if you're landing like this, and the landing's directly in front of you like this, what you want to do is brace for impact, obviously, but point your front wheel down in the direction of the trail, because it's basically going to kind of whip you back into line. It's literally going to give you one of those, and you're going to carry on and potentially get out of it a little bit safe. But that rear wheel might need some spoke tensioning.
Next question. I'm going to test you this time, Henry. Leonardo Sorodio says, can I use the Shimano XTR front shifter M9000 with the new front XTR M9120 derailleur? He's got nothing.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Can you?
Yeah, why not? As long as the spacing is the same between the chain rings.
So what would be the factors you're thinking about there? What would
Basically,
because that actually meant not an awful lot to me. I sounded like a lot of numbers.
So as long as it's a 2 or a 3 by, and the throw's the same, and normally that can be kind of tweaked largely anyway.
Yeah.
It's just making sure it sits in the right place.
Right.
And I'm assuming it's on a double, and that's even easier to do because you basically, when you've got a triple, the placing of that middle gear is done solely via cable tension.
Right.
But because you've just got a low and a high, you do have the ability to fine tune with the limit screws.
I'm starting to think you think about bikes in a very different way to me.
Well, I'm just worried because basically I'm sending none of these questions. I've been
but that's the way I like it.
Down the river.
I don't want you to see them. I want real answers.
Everyone that comes off, I mean, some of them have been a long walk for a short drink, but we've got there in the end.
You nailed that one. You won't be able to do this one. Okay. Daniel Dixon says, hi guys, I was just wondering the best way to get involved in grassroots XC racing. I'm in the southwest of the UK and love the show. Well, now, do you know what might be my suggestion? If you want to get involved in grassroots racing, right? I think you'll agree with this, local bike shop.
Yeah.
Local bike shop, because one, they almost certainly know the local races, and two, I remember you saying, actually, I think it was earlier today, you were talking about races you used to organise in a bike shop you worked in. Yeah, so I think they're a great place to go. The local bike shop is one of the best things they've got to offer over all of the online stuff, is they've just got incredible local knowledge about what the scene is where you're at, and that is essentially how you're going to get into the sport.
Yep.
That would be my go-to. Have you got anything to add to that one? That's quite a good one, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty good. British Cycling is actually a really good site. I think it's XC Racer. It's pretty good. Yeah. Things like Routes and Rain can show you the venues.
Yeah.
And actually, I'd probably be tempted to do your local loop, go on Strava, see who are the big hitters. If there's a really common climb and someone's done it a minute faster, they're probably pretty good. Yeah. Drop a message. Say, where you racing, bro?
Strava is great for stuff like I couldn't get away with putting that text down.
I couldn't either. I said it and I became immediately self-conscious. And I was like,
you getting lunch, bro?
Can we move on? I'm very embarrassed. And who's to say it would be a dude? You know,
I would say bro for everybody.
Yeah, would you?
Yeah, well, if I was going to use it like that, bro, I just can't get away with it.
Yeah, and actually I would say dude for both as well. So I'm saying who says the bro's a dude I do say dude. I called my wife dude the other day. Oh, no.
Dude. I was like, dude. And she was like, yeah. Right. I tell you what, we've got through all the questions, and Henry, you have smashed it.
That's actually quite stressful in parts about titanium.
You've done very well. Some of the videos we mentioned are just here, so click on them if you'd like to watch them in full. What's this globe for, Henry?
I believe it's for subscribing.
I'll give that a try then. Do a thumbs up, like, and we will see you next time. Thanks very much for watching.